Get ready. It's time for a well-deserved break, Pittsburgh, with Heather Abraham and David Highfield from the KDKA TV studios. It's Pittsburgh Today Live.
Day of the week reminder, it's Thursday.
And we need that. You know, it's one day before Friday.
It is.
That's important too. And at this point, we're sort of all trying to find ways to spend time.
I know.
Have you run out of things to do at home?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're done with arts and crafts. I got nothing else.
Oh, there's no more arts and crafts.
I'm done.
There's plenty of cleaning that could happen at our house, but that hasn't happened yet.
No.
But some people are doing puzzles of all sorts. And we wanted to show you something that, have you seen those puzzles where it's like in the newspaper and there's two pictures side by side and you need to spot the differences?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is from the Baltimore Sun. So they put it in and they said, spot the 10 differences between these two pictures.
Here's the kicker. There are no differences.
There are no differences. And a very astute Baltimore Sun reader named Virginia Byrne posted on Twitter, "What is up? I cannot find any differences here." So eventually the Baltimore Sun types up a correction and says, "We in error." But I'm just thinking, how many people stared for hours at this picture?
Well, so the hair out of place in 3 places. There's so many dots on the shirt. Yeah.
But don't they have that in airplane magazines too? That's where I end up looking at them.
Kids' activity books and that sort of thing.
Right. But anyway, so, you know, anybody can make a mistake, but I just wonder how many people were looking at that, like thinking, "Ooh, I can't find any of the 10.
Well, a lot of people are talking about something else, and that's like kind of the cherry on top of this terrible 2020 we're having so far.
Yeah.
The murder hornets. We told you about these earlier in the week. They're also called Asian giant hornets.
Right.
Ugh.
I think you have summarized everyone's thoughts right now, Heather.
Not only are they just, you know, scary to look at, but they can be lethal.
They can be lethal to people if you're stung several times, they're saying, several times. But here's the other thing. They're attacking honeybees in Washington State, and everyone's so concerned about the bee population anyway. I mean, you need bees as part of the whole process, you know? So, but then here's the thing. We learned something new from the New York Times. Apparently, murder hornets in some places in Asia are a delicacy.
Why?
Well,
that's what I don't understand, but why?
They actually eat them. They
why?
put them on skewers, and so they fry them up on skewers, and then supposedly they also put them in some drinks. It gives a liquor an extra kick.
But why?
Heather, I know you're asking this, and I don't have an answer to that.
The crunch, oof. I can't.
But you know, there are different customs in different countries. And in fact, in Tokyo, murder hornets, I don't know if they list them as murder hornets on the menu, but they're in 30 different restaurants.
Wow.
Yeah, it just shows you the whole world is a very different place.
I've never been a fan of eating bugs. I try to limit my intake of bug consumption. There was once where I had Ron eat a chocolate-covered cricket on the air.
Right.
And that was
What did John Shumway eat last year?
Oh, yes, he did eat some sort of
cricket, or he ate a cicada?
It was a cicada.
He ate a cicada on TV, and we got emails.
We got to change the subject.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, we're sorry we even subject you to this.
I can't.
Let's talk about something else.
Okay,
Let's talk about everybody Zooming now. You know, for work, you're Zooming. I mean,
it's become a verb.
I know, I was going to say, like 3 months ago, who even knew? I mean, unless you worked in an office that had teleporting. That's not but work from home kind of situations.
So we work from Star Trek, The Next Generation.
You didn't even know about Zoom. And now Zoom is like a thing where you can hook up with, you know, your friends, catch up with your family. And this reminded us of a few things.
But you.
Me. If you grew up in the 70s, you may remember this. Do you remember this TV show? Just listen. Everybody is doing the Zoom now. Now, see, I remember this show. It was a PBS show. that was on in the 70s, but I don't remember what was in the show. Like I don't.
remember
I
the
remember the intro.
show,
I remember
yeah.
that song, and it may stick in your head. But we have another song to try to get this out of your head.
I always wonder where are those kids today? What are they up to?
Oh,
that's what I always
interesting-
wonder.
That
Yeah.
could be like a CBS Sunday morning piece. Let's check
Where
in
are
with
the
those
Zoom
kids from the
kids?
Zoom kids. All right, so there's another musical reference to Zoom, and it is Aretha Franklin's song, Who's Zooming Who? Do you remember this? Listen, in case you don't.
Take another look and tell me,
I don't remember that song, and we have to talk about this is at your home, correct?
Okay, so here's the thing. So Gary, and this was clever, I thought. He keeps playing this when we have a Zoom date with someone. He plays Aretha Franklin singing Who's Zooming Who? Because, you know, it's Zoom.
Sure.
But yeah, that is our stereo system, and I knew I was going to catch some grief from you.
I mean, this morning you asked me if I knew what a double cassette player was, and I
Actually-
do.
Okay, our photographer, Chris did.
did, yeah.
But yeah.
I do, but yeah, to know that somebody still has one,
And it still operates.
that's great.
It's still functioning.
Was that Aretha Franklin song on cassette or CD?
It was a CD.
Oh,
It was
what
not on cassette. We do still have some cassettes.
Like what?
But yeah.
I need the list.
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look. I think there's a, Duran Duran.
Nice.
Yeah. And I can't think of the other one. I'll remember it and I'll tell you all during the show.
I can't wait.
Okay.
I'm thrilled for that. Tomorrow. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. There'll be more.
But if you are Zooming, then you know that there are different backgrounds that you can use. Lila actually Zoomed with her class, and we used one that was like a jungle theme behind her. So you can pick these cute little backgrounds to use.
Makes it a little fun,
Yeah.
a little different. So we selected some for Team PTL today. So if you love carpool karaoke,
Look at this.
look at this. You can Zoom with James Corden.
And then you can sing Who's Zooming Who.
You could.
With-
He would know the words too. He would know that song. All right. I want to thank our art department for inserting us into these, and we have another one. All right.
Yes.
So
Ron with the Tiger King Joe Exotic. I
I
love
love
it.
that. Okay, now we have one with Heather.
The Distracted Boy.
When I saw this yesterday, I thought this one's perfect for Heather.
When I saw that written down, I had no idea what that would be. Great.
But that's the meme that everybody knows.
Right, the
that he's
distracted
in trouble
boyfriend.
for looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And the next one, Selena. And this is like a cartoon where pay no attention. Everything's fine here.
But this is Selena. When she does her
Yes.
traffic reports, the world will be crashing down around her, and she comes on the air and delivers her traffic report so calm and professional.
She has poise.
She does.
Yes. So it's very appropriate. And then Mikey Hood is out of this world. So we put her
She
on
is
this-
teleporting.
She's teleporting, teleworking, teleporting, I don't know. But yeah, so just some fun backgrounds that we think, could brighten up any Zoom function that you might have planned.
But here's the thing to keep in mind.
What?
While you're Zooming, people are paying attention. They are not just looking at your face, although they are.
Right.
But it's also what's behind you, because it is like a direct insight into how someone else is living.
You're right. Because I have caught myself, even our weathercasters doing the weather from
Yeah.
home, I'm looking at the wall. Well, people asked about what was on Ron's wall.
Right.
Yeah.
People are
Like,
paying attention.
People are paying attention. So people are putting books behind them to look smarter.
You know
Now,
who did this?
Well, Andy Masick is already smart, but we're using this as an example because he has actual books in his study.
He does.
Because he's from the History Center and he is a learned person, and so he has read those books.
Mm-hmm.
But not everybody maybe reads all the books they stack up behind them.
You know who I want to ask? Mary Hours had a stack of books on her fireplace, and I wanted to ask her.
Were they weather books?
I don't know.
Okay, we're going to find out.
We have to ask
We'll
her.
ask Mary later.
I wonder if
we'll
she
get her
put
on
them
the
on-
Twitter. She's very fast on the Twitter.
She is.
Yeah.
She may even be watching.
She might be. Tell us, Mary. All right. You know what else? Do you find yourself looking at yourself during these Zoom calls? Because if
Maybe a
so,
little.
you're not the only one. Because it's sort of human nature, it turns out. There are reasons besides vanity why you might be looking at yourself during the Zoom calls. And that actually makes up today's list. So this was from a website called The Insider, and this was from a cyber psychologist. And he says there are reasons why you might end up looking at yourself.
And so the first is stimulus overload. There's a lot to see, so it's easier just to look at yourself. Maybe You just want the calmness of looking
Right.
at your own picture. You know what to expect.
Well, when you see
I
a
don't know.
screen of 8 people or 16 people and they're all moving, some of them are sneezing, there's a cat in one
Yeah.
of them, it's a lot. And so another one is, how do others see me? So in real life, you're talking, but you're not seeing yourself as you're talking to someone, you're just seeing that other person's reaction. Well, this time around, you can see yourself and the other people's reactions all at the same time, and maybe it just becomes, you're trying to then edit yourself or censor yourself.
I discovered that there is like a beauty tool that it will just kind of like correct your screen a little bit, what people are seeing you.
This is like an app or something?
No, it's in Zoom, and you just kind of click the button, and it just kind of like
What does it do?
beautifies the shot. Well, like maybe you
puts-
don't look so tired, or
Oh, I gotta find that button. I did not realize this existed.
it's pretty good. I was happy when I found it.
The things we learn from Heather Abraham each and every day.
What is in a name, David?
Oh, that's a deep question.
It
Heather.
is.
But people are trying to figure out Elon Musk's baby's name. I can't even say that, but trying to say the baby's name is even more difficult. So you know who Elon Musk is, of
Yes.
course. He's the founder of Tesla. He's the founder, what else did he do?
SpaceX.
Yeah,
Isn't he involved
he's-
in SpaceX?
He's a billionaire. Yeah.
So he came, I don't even know, it's just like a bunch of letters and numbers thrown together. But
Right.
they decide to name their baby, and this is up in the air, Archangel? Or
I think that's a good guess based on the reconnaissance that we're doing and the information that we're getting. We think that is a good thing to assume, but it has to do with like the X refers to the unknown, and then they think
AE is like artificial intelligence, but this is
intelligence.
the symbol for it.
Right, and then there may also be a reference to an aircraft, and the plane's code name is Archangel. So that's what we think.
But we don't know. I read an article, though, that said that in California, you are only permitted so many characters and you can't have monikers. So you have to have an actual name written down. So they may,
they may have to-
actually say no to this.
You can't do this.
No.
Very interesting, though. It got people talking.
Yeah.
And then what's the kid, when the kid shows up at kindergarten, what is the teacher, when they
A?
Right.
A.
Right. What do
Your
you
turn.
become known as? I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a puzzlement.
It is. Well, speaking of puzzles,
Mm-hmm.
we have been getting yours sent in to us. There is a common theme. People are missing pieces, which we
And just
thoroughly
one
enjoy.
piece, it seems to be. Just one in each
Right.
puzzle. So this first one is from Sonia and Sasha. It's a PNC Park, obviously, with downtown in the background. And look who else is in the picture there. If you look way at the top, that's their Bernie Doodle puppy, Pixie Valentino.
Oh my God.
Valentina, who helped with the puzzle, and she is being blamed for stealing the 500th piece.
Of course she is.
Yes.
Because that's what our animals do. That's what we're realizing.
But where are they hoarding these all?
I don't know. All right, so this one is from Janet. We love this picture, Steelers helmet, and we've actually had a couple people send in this puzzle.
Yeah, this is a popular one.
Yeah.
And then we have one from Charles, and this, I like this because it's kind of a throwback. It's from 1987. He found it in their garage. It's a map of Monroeville.
Cool.
Isn't that fun?
Where did
With
he
like all
buy
the
that?
landmarks of Monroeville. So we love that. So keep all this coming. We're to our Pittsburgh Today Live Facebook page. We will keep showing them all week. Well, I guess all week is just tomorrow.
It's just, yeah, because as a reminder, today is Thursday.
Today is Thursday. Yes. And we also want to mention tomorrow is Friday then, and that means it's our Friday free-for-all. So post your questions to our Pittsburgh Today Live Facebook page. We will answer as many of them as we possibly can. That's on tomorrow's show. But first, let's enjoy today's show. Sean Collier is up next with his virtual weekend planner. From dance lessons to music to the movies, you're going to be amazed at the local entertainment options you can check out from the safety of your own home.
Plus, it's a before and after house reveal, and it may give you some ideas on how you can up your home's curb appeal. Real estate expert Bonnie Loya shows us how it's done. And whether it's for nurses, teachers, or mothers, our Kidsburg report is all about making some crafty cards at home with stuff you already own. Thanks for being with us on this sunny morning in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh Today Live is just getting started. Thanks for being with us on this Thursday, May 7th.